Hello and welcome to the Cabinet of Creations, where you will find horror, beauty and the perfectly imperfect. If you want to read about the Dybbuk Box, just pause it here. To begin with, I sanded her body, arms and legs with ultrafine sandpaper. Because I wanted to keep the hair of this doll, because I've never actually done a bob, I might as well keep this. And because the hair was a little bit greasy, I gave her a little hair wash with washing up liquid in warm water, and it really brought these up really well. Nice little tip there, if you've got any doll's hair, try it in washing up liquid. It worked for this one. And then because I didn't want an orange streak in it, I actually went over with an alcohol marker, but then I didn't feel as though that was giving enough coverage on this kind of like nylon hair, so I went over with a good old trusty Sharpie in black, and it gave it like a bit of a purpley brown hue, which was lovely. So after preparing the doll's body, I actually went in with pastels to change the skin colour. Between each layer of pastel I used Mr. Super Clear. I went in with a darker skin colour pastel to really help cover up that green, and then I went in with a second layer of this lighter pastel. I personally think it just helps cover the underneath colour of the skin, which was green here. Instead of doing two colours of the light, or three even, you just do one of each colour. I just apply a darker blushing here to things like elbows, knee joints, everywhere where it would make it seem a little bit, I guess, more alive, including the contouring of the forehead as well, around the face. Here I make Sally some rather cute, gorgeous little shoes in the style of Dr. Martens. Other brands are available, not sponsored, unfortunately. So I use Warbler, which you can heat up with a hairdryer, bend it into a shape, and after, say, I don't know, 10 seconds, it cools down. If you haven't got it into the shape that you desire, you can simply heat it back up again with the hairdryer and just keep going that way. As you can see here, one's got gloss on and the other hasn't. I'm definitely going for the patent look, so I put gloss on both shoes, and the Dr. Martens are finished. Right, glues. Again, wing it as always, nothing's changed. I just couldn't stop though with this little jumper. It turned out to be some sort of long polar neck dress. It's great how things evolve. You never kind of stick to a plan, just let the creativity flow as you go along. Now normally I make all of my clothes, but in this occasion the jeans, and recycle them into shorts. The little overcoat, sort of waistcoat here I made, and her socks of course. Because I'm starting to make poseable dolls and not glue them into like a figurine stance, I wanted to make a kind of stand, or in this case a seat. I don't know, I just like the whole scene to be part, you know, everything used is part of the doll and there for a reason. I might make a few stools and put them in my Etsy shop. Let me know if that's something you like. A Dybbuk box, in summary, it's a box containing a kind of demon which will possess you if you open the box, torment you, make you deranged, and then finally possess you. And sorry about what happens with the camera here, all these little glitches. It only seems to be when it's on this Dybbuk box, and especially when the lid's open, which is a little bit weird and a little bit creepy. Yeah, so please just ignore those. It's only where the box is. Yeah. Here I'm using real candle wax to seal the lid down to the box with all its little things inside, and funny enough the glitches stopped at this point. Weird. I made Sally a little bag, and this can hold the Dybbuk box, her piece of paper that she wrote some things on, and also 2 books. To get a good expression for your doll, do some crazy faces. Some people feel embarrassed, but clearly I don't. So just imagine if you want a fearful or frightful expression, trying to think of something that would make you feel that way. Pandora's out of stock on the sale ring that you've always wanted. Your favourite Chinese takeaway is closed forever. No, bring it back. You're not getting paid for another 2 weeks. You thought you had a new box of tea bags, but you haven't. There. That's definitely the face of someone frightfully worried and terrified within to a depth of the very soul. So when you've got the expression lines that you like, just replicate those onto your doll's face. After spraying the face with Mr. Super Clear, I go in with watercolour pencils and start doing the details on the face. Don't forget to spray Mr. Super Clear on each finished layer that you're happy with, so that if you make a mistake on the next one, you can simply get a damp cloth and wipe it away without affecting all the work you've done previously. I'm just using a blending tool here, which is very useful if you want to create softer lines or maybe mix certain colours and pencils actually on the face, or pastels of course as well. And here comes those worried lines that I showed you earlier. It's like we could be twins, but without me having the possession part of this, of course. I did this detail on my other doll, my 17-inch Monster High doll that I've called Molly, which is my channel mascot. But obviously on her hands, which are like 3 or 4 or 5 times bigger, it seems, than these tiny little regular Monster High doll hands, it's a lot more difficult to do. So I tried to zoom in as much as possible so you can see sort of the process. I think little details just add that little touch of something more to each doll that you might repaint. I didn't want to do absolutely perfect manicured French tipped fingernails or anything for this, because this poor girl, which I've named Sally, has been through the mill with this Dybbuk Box. She's lost sleep, she's lost weight, she's got dark circles under her eyes, she's totally tired and at her wit's end as what to do now. Maybe there might be hope on the horizon, but at this current moment in time, there's no hope. So hence why I wanted to make her a little bit dishevelled, maybe mess her hair up a little bit more. You could do if this doll was to be yours, which you could buy in my Etsy shop at some point soon after this video is launched. So yeah, go and rescue Sally. And don't forget, keep the Dybbuk Box closed. I'm just going in with some white matte acrylic paint to give her eyes some reflections, as well as then going over it with gloss.